Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast. Podcast.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Motocross Supercross podcast.
Episode 154 of the Motocross Supercross podcast. We got this Triple Crown of Anaheim 2 right around the corner. I'm Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
Triple Crown.
And the Triple Crowns are always crazy. It's super intense. We have the LCQs going early. Make sure you get your fantasy picks in by then. Actually, I have the schedule up right here. So the LCQs, the 250 LCQ, will start at 4:15 local time. California time, and then the 450 LCQ will start at 4:25. So I believe you got to have your fantasy picks in by then for all of you playing. Make sure you get in on that. I know I will be.
Before the LCQ starts.
That's right. So 4 o'clock to be safe at the latest.
3:30 if you really want to be safe.
And what's crazy is practice goes all the way up into the LCQs. Like that last practice, well, it's the KTM Junior practice. That ends at 4. But the 450 Group C, that goes all the way up until 3:45. So if you're in that practice, going to the LCQ, that's some back-to-back stuff right there.
Yeah, like you mentioned, we go from practice straight to race just right away. I remember last year it was like that. They didn't really have enough time to take a rest or whatever. You know, they only get like good, 20 minutes or whatnot, and then you go straight to the LCQ. So I guess you really have to plan it out. Like if you're planning on being on the LCQ, I guess you're trying to go hard on the first practice and then just kind of ease it down on the second one to rest for the LCQ, or you really have to strategize what you want to do with your night.
Yep. And hopefully you don't have any mechanical issues, because I bet none of those 450C riders will have 2 bikes. I mean, you never know, but that is something we're allowed to have this year, 2 bikes. I saw Chad Reed's got his second bike, little 50.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, right? Another thing with this 2-bike situation, I don't know if you remember, I was trying to figure out if the riders, if you would be able to switch bikes in the middle of the race. I don't know if you remember me asking you that.
Yeah, like if they, get a flat tire, they can just jump on a new bike or something.
Exactly. Well, exactly. But I guess they clarified, and yes, you may use up to 2 motorcycles throughout the event, but you can only use 1 bike per race. So you can switch between races, but not during the race.
I mean,
if your stuff breaks down, you're pretty much screwed. You get a DNF for that main.
Yeah, that's too bad. I was saying that if you had a start bike and then a finish bike, one you just get on and ride for the first couple laps, the other one you get on later. But yeah.
Exactly.
No one would do that. You'd lose too much time. But it'd be cool if everyone had to do it or something. It's like a Joker lane.
but even like you were saying, maybe like a flat tire or anything like that, you could just kind of grab the other bike and go.
Yeah, so too bad we're not going to be able to see that. But I still think we're in for a good night of racing. A really good night.
Definitely. I am very excited about this Triple Crown. It's been raining all week. So I
have a weather update.
I'm wondering what it's going to look like and what you got.
In our last episode, we talked about how the weather actually was not calling for rain, and nothing has changed. It looks like a dry evening. High of 77, low of 51, so kind of a big temperature swing there. Yep. But 0% chance of precipitation. Just like sunshine mixed with some clouds and light winds. So
yeah, the Dirtworks guy have been working their butt off this week, just trying to keep the track dried and build it. They've been battling with a lot of water, but they're getting it done. That's for sure.
Yeah, this track looks sick, by the way, really sick. We didn't talk about it in our last episode where we previewed Anaheim 2, but it's got this interesting section. There's like a rhythm section with a big old kink in it. The takeoff for the double is like going straight, and then the landing for it is like at like a 45-degree angle. So I'm interested to really see how that works out. It just looks sketchy. If you go too fast, you're gonna land in the stands.
I don't get the point of it. They should have put just the jump on the outside or something. You just have to, and then on the inside.
I think it'll be cool.
Oh, it will definitely be cool. But it's not.
It'll be interesting.
Not my favorite thing. This is also the first track we're gonna see a different element add to it, and it's gonna be a sand turn. I guess it's gonna be cool to see the guys going through that and just kind of wide open and not go anywhere.
Yeah, they have to start straight away, and then like the laps after that, they'll overshoot that start turn and then go into that sand section. So
Exactly.
yeah, that'll be cool. There's no jumps or anything in it, but it'll still be cool. They got to rip the sand.
Very technical track. It looks like it has 2 back-to-back rhythm sections. That could be a very good advantage for a couple of the riders that can get a decent start, and they're, like Justin Hill and Joey Savacci. Let's talk about team tactics. Who you got? Who are you gonna pick for the 250 class, the 450 class? We saw a bunch of the guys posting, with the 2 bikes, like, first time doing it, so they gotta let everybody know and show the 2 exact bikes that they're able to ride throughout the night. You mentioned Chad Reed with the Mini Me bike, and we saw guys like Cianciarulo, Hampshire, FC Honda actually posted both of the 250 class riders.
Do you think anyone will even use the second bike?
Definitely. They'll switch in between.
Oh, you think everyone is going to use the second bike?
Yeah, whenever I read about how whenever they change bikes, they obviously have to go through tech inspections, but this time they just have to check 2 bikes. One of the things that they have to clarify in the rules for Triple Crown was that they most let the official know that they're switching bikes. So it's kind of like, that's a little funny for me to, because you're gonna have a lot of people coming to you to tell you they're switching bikes.
See, I'm on the opposite end. I don't think anyone will use the second bike unless they have to, unless like one actually breaks down.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll definitely find out. So looking at the results from last year, Cole Seeley won the first moto. This is all for the 450s. Cole Seeley won the first moto. Eli Tomac won the second moto, and then Anderson won the third moto. We see a bunch of riders just show up for this third round. Triple Crown, it is crazy. Stuff gets crazy. So we'll have to... I have a crazy prediction, though, for this. You want to hear how crazy my prediction is?
I mean, if you want to jump into picks... Already? Yeah, sure, I'm ready.
Let's jump right in. All right, so here's my crazy prediction of the night. I'm saying there will be a different winner for every single race, 250s and 450s. No one will repeat win. Is that crazy?
That's very possible. Not really.
Yeah, now that I think about it, it's probably not even that crazy just with how stacked everything is, but...
It literally happened last year. No one really won 2 mains. They say right here, should we expect a bunch of different winners? Likely. We certainly did in 2018. 450 saw 5 different winners in 9 main events, while the 250 East region 2 events had 4 different winners in 6 races. The 250 West region 1 event had 2 different winners in 3 races. So everybody won.
Last year in the 250, Savacci won the first moto and the third moto. But I guess everyone else was different, yeah. And Shane McElrath won that second one. So I definitely think Shane McElrath gets a win this week for the 250s. I think Adam Cianciarulo gets a win. And then
when you say a win, you mean a main win or an overall?
A main win. A main win.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll tell you who I
agree with
think is going to get the overall. I was just telling you who I think is going to get wins. So, yeah, for the 250s, I think McElrath will win one, Cianciarulo will win one, and then for that third winner, I don't know if I want to pick RJ to get a win and get up there, or if I'm going to not underestimate Colt Nichols again. What do you think?
I'm not going to tell you because every time I say something, you just take it and say it yourself. So
that's right. All right.
I'm going to keep it to myself.
All right. So you ready for my 250 picks?
Yeah. Are we doing overall, or you're not going to tell me another main winner?
Yeah, I'll do the overalls, and I'll tell you who I think will win the other main. So, with my third place and winning the main, one of them, Colt Nichols. I think Colt Nichols will do it. And then let's go Adam Cianciarulo to have some kind of... Can he go all 3 motos without making a mistake? I don't know yet. So I'm going to put him as second. And then I'll put McElrath. He's a real consistent third-place guy right now to, win a moto and be consistent and get first place overall.
Wow. Okay.
Definitely. That's it. Not too crazy. Not too crazy.
So McElrath wins overall, Cianciarulo second, and Nichols third?
Yep. You want to tell me who you're picking?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to strategize over here. What I think is going to happen. I definitely believe Shane McElrath is going to do good. He's a great rider. We can't count out Adamson Cerullo. He comes from winning Glendale. He definitely dominated over there every single lap from start to finish.
Yep.
Dry track, very jumpy track, technical track. And I feel like Adamson Cerullo is in a year that he has to show everyone that he's a champion. And someone that you didn't mention, Dylan Ferrandis, Colt Nichols'
teammate. That's right.
Yeah, his teammate. You did not count him in. He comes from a couple of good results his last couple of weeks, and someone that we can't count out.
Yeah, and someone else to keep an eye on is even like Jimmy Dakotas, who we saw run really good last week, and maybe he can just get a good start and hold everyone off. Who knows? So the 250s are running what, 10 minutes? 10 minutes plus one lap.
Yep.
And the 450s will do 12 minutes. So 10 minutes, can someone get out front?
I don't see him just yet. I don't think he'll definitely be up there though. He showed that last week. He has really good starts and he can hold on for a little bit up front. So maybe this short main events can benefit him and maybe he can get a win out of it. But I'm gonna give you my top three. I'm actually gonna go. I thought about Shane. I think Shane McElrath is gonna get second.
Okay.
Like I said, I think Adamson Cerullo, especially coming from last week, he had a great first week as well. If it wasn't for the little bump at the beginning of the race, maybe we would have seen a different thing because he was flying.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna win this one. Adamson Cerullo will take the win on this one.
Okay.
Shane McElrath is gonna be second place, and then for third place, I am going to pick. I'm actually gonna go with Ferrandis for third place. I am gonna underestimate Nichols again.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll see how that works. It's worked out good for you so far. And me, I guess.
Right.
But all right, cool. I like it. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely worked out for him. He's coming into this third round still with a red plate. So
yeah, can he keep it up? That's the question. I mean, he's 5 points ahead of AC, so now's the moment to not start falling too far behind, or now's the moment to really pull ahead.
Yep.
So that's cool. Let's go ahead and move up to the 450s. We got Barsha, Roxon, Tomac in Anaheim 1. We got Baggett, Anderson, Roxon in Glendale. How's it going to end up in Anaheim 2? Stacked class. Everyone's going to be there except Malcolm. Joey Savacci, sitting in 20th in the points, has had a terrible start to his rookie season.
Yeah.
But he will be back this week, so can he make a really good impression like we saw at the Monster Energy Cup?
I sure hope so. This is his type of race. Like you just mentioned, Monster Energy Cup. I feel like it suits his riding style and then what they can do with him and Eli. I think Monster Energy Kawasaki has a huge advantage over everyone. Not a huge advantage, but they have a big advantage over the rest of the pack with this type of race. Eli's the defending champ. Another thing I wanted to mention, now that we're talking about this, can Eli Tomac ride with a number one since he's the champ, for the Triple Crown?
Triple Crown champ.
That would be a cool thing. Oh, that's a legitimate question, right?
I don't know if Anderson would be cool with that.
He is the Triple Crown champ. It's kind of like when you ride Monster Energy Cup. If you're the Monster Energy Cup champ from last year, you wear the number one, like Muskin did, or even...
yeah, they did make a pretty big deal about how Eli was the Triple Crown champ. It had its own press release and stuff. Like what?
Yeah, he had they give him a big trophy and everything. So if it's something not different from the Monster Energy Supercross, but it's a different thing, I think he should be racing with the number one, and then Anderson has to race with number 21 just for this weekend.
That would be crazy, but I wouldn't plan on it.
I'm just saying.
What else I was going to say is Chad Reed. Can Chad Reed maybe get a good start and finish on the podium or something?
Dude, I mean, if you want to do this, we can do this with everyone pretty much in this class.
I was going to say Seeley next, and then Webb, obviously.
Anderson,
and
Braden.
Baggett, Justin Hill.
Baggett, Barsha, Red Plate Roxon, Cooper Webb with the new team.
Yep, that's right.
Muskin, Tyler Bowers is coming back this weekend. Dean Wilson, who's been having a great year thus far. Eli Tomac, we were just talking about. So that's what I'm saying is so many great riders that we can just sit over here and name.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't think Eli Tomac will get a win this week. Throwing it out there.
No mains for him? No first place yet?
No Mac. Eli
Okay.
No Mac in Anaheim. But I do think that Justin Barcia gets back on top. I do think that Ken Roczen is going to be pretty angry from what happened last week with Anderson when just the whole red flag really messed up his whole mojo and what he had going on there. And I do think we'll have 3 different winners, and I'm going to put Dean Wilson up there to get a win because I think more that I'm pulling for him, but I actually think he could do it. So my top 5 for this 450s is going to be...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing 5. I'm going to still stick with someone who hasn't done that great so far, and that's Justin Hill. I'm going to put him at 5. And then I'm going to put Tomac at 4. I'm going to put Baggett at 3, Justin Barcia at 2, and then Ken Roczen for the overall.
Nice.
Yep. And if that happens, it's going to be a good night. If it doesn't happen, it's still probably going to be a good night.
Okay, so Roczen, Barcia, Baggett.
Yep. Tomac,
Eli,
Wilson.
and Wilson. No Muskin yet, huh?
Yep, no Muskin yet.
We
There.
haven't really seen much of him this year so far.
Yeah.
I feel like, is that knee really bothering him this much that, or is this class really this stacked? Because he's sitting in 6th in the points right now with 33 points, 11 behind first place Ken Roczen, Red Plate Roczen.
And he's 1 place in front of last year's champion, Jason Anderson.
Yeah, I think, and that's the other thing I was going to say. Is this class really this stacked that, a little crazy.
It is that stacked, and it is going to be awesome. And I hope nobody else gets hurt because it's too good right now.
Yeah, it's definitely great. I'm gonna give you my overall, my top 5. I'm gonna give Braden a top 5. I'm gonna give my 5th spot. It's gonna be for Braden.
All right.
Yeah, and
Someone's got to
4th
support that team.
Yeah, in 4th place, I think Dino is gonna finish 4th place.
Sweet. Both
Yes.
of us got Dino in the top 5.
Yeah, I actually have Roczen as my win too. I feel like he's gonna do good this weekend. And then I'm gonna have Barcia in 2nd, Eli in 3rd.
Love it. That's what's up. So we both got Barcia and Roczen up there. A couple other little differences, but let us know who you guys think is going to be getting some wins for this first Triple Crown of the season.
Anaheim 2.
Anaheim 2 with a dry Anaheim this time.
Yes.
And is there anything else you want to add to this episode?
I do want to say thank everyone for listening and the downloads we've been getting. It's been awesome. Also, make sure to stay tuned. We have a couple things coming your way. And that's it. Check us out at MXSX Podcast. See ya.